Bueno, obviamente siempre a la primera vez para todo y esta es una pista que yo todavía no conozco. Ya he escuchado mucho Motorsport y obviamente yo voy a estar dependiendo de mi compañero de equipo para aprender lo más rápido posible. Cuando se tiene solamente una hora de práctica, obviamente eso va a ser interesante, pero bueno, yo tengo un gran equipo, Acura Team Penske, espero que estén un setup súper rápido y bueno, y esperamos lo mejor. Bueno, esta temporada ha sido una temporada interesante, obviamente Acura Team Penske empezó este año y estamos ahí trabajando duro para tener certeza de que todos los lugares que estamos yendo por la primera vez, obvio que tiene parte de aprendizado, pero también estamos ejecutando los trabajos y estamos ahí peleando por el campeonato. Estamos en la mitad del campeonato, esperamos ahí colectar bastante puntos y quién sabe, está peleando el fin de temporada por el campeonato. Bueno, la última carrera fue en Watkins Glen. Infelizmente, el grupo número 7 no tivemos un problemita en la parte del cambio y obviamente perdemos 5 vueltas, entonces terminamos un poco malo. Pero durante la viaje, como es un fin de semana atrás de otro, hicimos la viaje de Niagara Falls y fue muy bacano, muy chévere. Y obviamente estamos aquí por la primera vez en Motorsport y esperamos ahí tener un gran resultado, mejor de que fin de semana pasado.
Bueno, la verdad bastante contento de estar en el circuito de Mosport. Es un circuito muy especial donde obtuve mi primera pole position y mi primera victoria en el campeonato de IMSA. Y con la misma marca de carros, con un auto de On-Road, era un Morgan, la versión antigua de este nuevo Ligier, pero bueno, es muy similar, así que bastante contento porque tengo toda esa experiencia de hace 4 años y bueno, ojalá podamos tener un resultado similar después de la carrera el domingo. Bueno, tuvimos suerte que en Watkins Glen no tuvimos ningún inconveniente con la máquina porque hay muy poco tiempo entre una carrera y otra, además de que el equipo tiene que viajar alrededor de 600 millas para llegar hasta acá después de Watkins Glen. Así que bueno, no fue mucho, básicamente limpiar el carro y traerlo hasta acá. Yo por mi parte hice un par de vueltas en el simulador, ya que hace 4 años no venía a este circuito.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I mean, this track specifically, we knew was going to suit our car. As I was saying earlier, this track's almost designed for the Lexus, so this is one of the tracks we need to capitalise on, and rolled off this weekend. Really happy with the car from the get-go, so been enjoying it, and today was great fun, you know, to put stickers on the car and low fuel around this place is a hell of a lot of fun, so I really enjoyed it, and yeah, shows the good work the 3GT guys have been doing, and shows the performance of the Lexus. A little bit. I mean, the tyres are a little bit different this year, so the balance was slightly different. But certainly having the knowledge from the circuit last year. Last year was my first time to this track as well. So from a driving perspective, I came back with a lot more, you know, knowledge banked from doing it last year, and yeah, we had a lot of confidence coming here because of the performance last year. So very happy with how it turned out today. Well, I mean, in all fairness, the last few races, Mid-Ohio, we ran up front. We were right there till the very end, just missed out on a podium. Watkins Glen last weekend, fourth again, just missed out on a podium. Probably we should have been a little bit higher. We had a little bit of an issue there at the end, but you know, overall we've been very strong, and I expect nothing less tomorrow. I think David's been good around here all weekend. The car's working well. I think on the long runs with heavy fuel, we felt pretty good as well. So I expect us to be up there. Obviously, where the yellows fall and how green the race is will dictate a lot of it, but I certainly think the performance is there to have a great day. So hopefully we do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously the best place to start. It doesn't mean that we're going to have a good chance to win the race, of course. This is a very different matter, but you want to start on the front. It's a shame that we haven't got both the team cars on the front row as we were hoping, but yeah, it's the safest place to start. Although last year we had a similar position, it didn't quite work out on the race start, so this will hopefully go a little bit better for us. But yeah, it's been a good day. The car's been really quick. We've topped all the sessions. This is a track that really suits our car normally, so it was one that we were looking forward to coming to, and knowing that we really need to maximise our points haul. So yeah, we're not just looking for one position in front of the others, we're looking for the extra point for the win. You give it everything, because all the fast turns, you enter the corner and you kind of hope that the car is going to stick. If you leave a little bit on the table, then you're not maximising everything. And if you're going a little bit too hard, you can run slightly wide, get on the dusty track on the dirt, and you can have a huge crash quite easily. But that's kind of why we like these fast tracks. It gives a challenge to drivers, and yeah, it's a good track for me. I've always said it's my favourite track to race at in North America in the IMSA series that I've been to. So I enjoy it here, and it's been a happy hunting ground for us. Closer than qualifying, that's for sure. I mean, to be honest, the Fords didn't look so good on the long runs that we've had in practice. So I hope that will kind of translate and we can build a gap at the front. I think if we get the Corvettes up behind us over, in the second half of the stint, the hour-long stints on the tyres that we have, then it will, that's when the races will be won. The second half of the stints, because it's hot, it's a really hard track on tyres, and we're all kind of limited by performance against trade-off with tyre degradation. So it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this was a fun one. This was a little different than Watkins Glen, with the tire fall off being a bit more than Watkins Glen. Important to get that lap in pretty early. I didn't do a great job on that lap. Good enough for pole, obviously, but, you know, hats off to these Corral Sport boys. This Oreca has been fast and, you know, excited to grab another Moto2 pole award for sure. Yeah, I mean, this track's one of my favorite racetracks. I just love the fast-flowing nature. I like the fact that it's got some bumps, it's got some character. A lot of fun to drive. One of my, you know, just as a simple racetrack and as a race car driver enjoying driving a car, I don't know that there's a lot better than Mosport. Watkins Glen last weekend was a lot of fun, but this place just so fast, so much commitment. I mean, we're barely lifting in turn 1, barely lifting in turn 2. You know, this kind of LMP2 DPI kind of car with all the downforce is just made for a track like this. So for me, definitely my favorite place to come. I love it. I think it's going to be tough. You know, traffic's going to play the biggest thing, I think. You know, the GT cars in the GTD class are 10 seconds a lap slower than us. And so we're going to be in the back of the GT field within, you know, 6 or 7 laps, right? So I think getting through traffic and trying to be patient, but yet we're obviously racing and they're racing. And so, you know, I'd be surprised if there weren't a handful of yellows. I mean, it's just the nature of this track. It's so important for us in the pro type class to get by these guys into turn 1, into turn 2. It's such a big time loss. On the flip side, we know they're racing and they're doing their thing. And so trying to intermix and intermingle is the big challenge. And so, you know, I'm sure that's not going to go without a little rubbing. And, you know, some yellows, you know, sometimes we need them, sometimes we don't. Watkins Glen last weekend felt like we were kind of in the catbird seat until that late yellow came out. So, you know, you never get them when you want them, but it'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure it's going to be hard fought. I mean, times on a single lap are a lot different than what times are going to be for a race stint. So I'm sure it's going to be competitive.